Namaste and welcome to Live, Love, Engage. I am Gloria Grace Rand, and today I want to talk to you about your thoughts. Yes, I want to share with you the importance of your thoughts because your thoughts create your reality. If you didn't know that already, but I suspect you probably did, even though a lot of times I think we don't really necessarily appreciate just how true that statement is. If you think about the things that you think about in any given day, any given moment, what you say, there is power in your words. And I have a little card that I don't even know where I got this from, but I keep it on my desk. And for those of you who are, unfortunately, if you're not watching the video, you won't be able to see this card, but I'm going to hold it up right here. It says, "It is only a thought, and a thought can be changed." Why is that significant? Because sometimes the thoughts that we are holding on to are thoughts that deal with things that happened in the past, and they don't really serve us in the present. As an example, I've been doing some work recently on releasing some of the past hurts that I dealt with, especially as a kid growing up. And for those of you who may not be familiar with my story, maybe you haven't read my bio, you may not know that I grew up in an alcoholic family. My dad was an alcoholic, and my mom, who was a wonderful person, loved me a ton, also had a terrible temper, and she did actually gave me a black eye once, although she promptly forgot that. And if I had done that to my child, I would have forgotten it and put it out of my mind too, because I'm sure she was horrified when she realized what she had done. And I was doing some work recently, been on some coaching programs and talking about the benefit of facing some of that trauma and then releasing it. Because it is good to acknowledge it and then let it go. Because holding on to that, those memories, those thoughts, tend to interfere with the life that we want to lead now. And it was definitely has been doing that in my case. So that's why I love this card, that this is a reminder to me that it's only a thought, and a thought can be changed. Because here's the thing, our memories, what happened to us in the past, we can actually change them. We can rewrite those stories because our brain is so phenomenal in that it really doesn't know the difference between what is fiction and what is truth. So if something happened in the past that you don't like, a bad memory perhaps, a trauma, you can rewrite it. And I'll give you another example. This was something that happened to me. I was in the second grade. Yes, I think it was second grade. And I had a crush on a boy. And at lunchtime, we would go out and you could run around the courtyard where I went to school. And I would chase him and try to kiss him. Now, mind you, I'm 7 years old. Well, one day we had show and tell. And Timothy, I won't tell you his last name. I still remember his last name, but I won't tell you that. But Timothy, I'll always give you his first name. Timothy stood up in the class and told the class that I was chasing him around the schoolyard trying to kiss him. I was mortified. I was so embarrassed. And I think to a certain extent that, along with some other things that happened in my life, had an impact on me, made me a little more cautious about showing my feelings to people, a little bit of trust issues, perhaps. Well, and this realization came to me a couple of years ago as I was starting to write my book that I'm working on right now. It dawned on me that perhaps he wasn't trying to embarrass me. Perhaps he was bragging. Maybe he thought it was kind of cool that this little girl was chasing him around the schoolyard trying to kiss him. So I've decided that that's my new story, and that I had nothing to be embarrassed about. I had everything to be proud of, because he perhaps secretly liked me. I just didn't know it. So that's the new memory I'm creating now. And if you've ever had an experience in talking with family members, perhaps, you might all have experienced some same event, and yet each member of the family could have a different recollection about what that event was like. Because that's the thing, is that everything that we experience gets filtered through our perception. We are creating our own reality, and even the reality of how we see other people and what they're doing. So the other side of this card I'm going to share with you is why this drives this home, because it says, see if I can get it so you can see it on the video anyway, but I'll read it to you. It says, the thoughts I choose to think and believe right now are creating my future. These thoughts form my experiences tomorrow, next week, and next year. So again, this is why it is so important for you and me to be mindful about the thoughts we think. If you are experiencing any type of unhappiness in your life right now, or a lack of abundance, perhaps, maybe you're not making as much money as you'd like, it's because of the thoughts that you were thinking yesterday, last week, last year, that dealt with some sort of lack in your life. So the way to change that is to start thinking new thoughts. It's a pretty simple practice, not necessarily easy, because researchers have studied the fact, I think, that we repeat, or 80% of the thoughts we think are the same thoughts we thought yesterday and the day before. So it is challenging. Well, no, I'm going to change that. See, I don't even like that. It's been a habit for us to do that. And we can start new habits. All you have to do is decide. And so you can start right now, when you find an old thought coming through your head about perhaps like, I'm not worthy, or I don't have enough money, or I'm not good enough. You can start now to reframe that and just make a positive affirmation instead and say, I am worthy. I am enough. In fact, I'm better than enough. I'm awesome. I have more money than I need. I was going to say I have all the money I need, but I like that. I have more money than I need. Oh, I like that one. Yes, I have more money than I need. I have more love than I need. I have more joy than I could possibly give away, because the more joy I have, the more I can share. So the lesson I have for you today is to Be mindful of your thoughts. Choose your thoughts carefully. Release the ones that don't serve you and create some new memories if you want. If you have some old memories that aren't serving you today, rewrite them. Imagine you've got an eraser. Remember those old days? You had a pencil with an eraser? Okay, or just hit delete on your computer keyboard and delete that old memory and write a new one. Just create a new one that is more pleasing to you. Your brain doesn't know the difference. And then just keep repeating that. Visualize yourself every day for a week, a month, and just keep replaying that memory over and over again in your mind until that really does become the new memory. And the old one will be washed away and it won't impact your life as much or at all, frankly, anymore. I hope you enjoyed this episode. I thank you for watching, for listening. And if you would like some support in improving your life, your business, I invite you to go to engagewithgloria.com and set up an appointment to chat with me, because I would love to see how I can serve and support you in living fully, loving deeply, and engaging authentically. Take care.